Hey guys, we're going to read another book about sound waves today. If you remember from yesterday, we use our ears to hear the sound waves. So the sound waves enter our ears and that's how we can hear them. Yesterday we talked about birds that chirp, that makes the sound waves that we can hear. We talked about the school bus honking or cars honking, and you can hear the sound waves from that. We talked about how the police car does a woo, 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 and we can hear the sound that the police car makes. We also talked about how the wind blowing, if you stick your head out the car window, or even if you're just playing at the park, you can still hear the wind blowing. And we talked about thunder and how thunder you can hear, if it storms, you can hear the thunder. All of those things have something in common. They make sounds, and sounds use sound waves. Now we're going to read another story today. What's that playing on the radio? Wes is riding in the car with his older brother. He turns on the radio. He checks the stations. Wes finds a song that he likes. Wes sits back to listen to the song. How does the song play in the car? How does a radio work? We can see this little picture of waves because we know that the radio uses sound waves. We talk about instruments using sounds and making sound waves yesterday too, I just remembered. A radio uses radio waves. A radio wave travels through the air. It is invisible. It moves very fast. A radio wave can move around the earth 7 times in 1 second. A radio station plays music into a microphone. This makes a sound wave. The microphone takes the wave sound from the music and turns it into a flow of electricity. It is a radio wave. So it uses electricity to help turn it into a radio wave. But all of this starts with a sound wave. We have to make a sound wave for the radio to be able to transmit it through a radio wave. The radio waves flow through a wire and a transmitter. The transmitter has an antenna. The radio waves flow up the antenna and spread out into the air. And here we hear a sound wave so you start with a sound wave to be able to make the radio wave because it has to give out the sound. And then also the sound wave is emitted through the antenna so then you can hear it through the radio. The radio waves bounce all around until they run into a radio antenna. The radio antenna is the receiver. The receiver collects all the radio waves. See, you know these little things. I don't even think new cars have these anymore, but old cars have these little antennas that come off of them. Those are what they use the radio. That's what those are for. The radio waves hit the antenna on your radio antenna. All of the electricity in the radio waves goes into your radio. And this all happens very, very, very fast, and it's nothing that we can see. The radio turns the electricity back into sound waves. See, it has to turn it back into sound waves because we started with a sound wave so we could transmit it through the radio, and then it comes out of the radio as a sound wave again. The waves come through the speakers, and this is what you hear. So every radio station in a city gets a certain number. This is called a frequency. The number tells the radio stations how fast to send out the radio waves. The number that the radio is tuned to will be the station that you hear. Different stations have different numbers, so a city may have different radio stations. Wes hums along with the song. The radio waves bounce all around in the car. He can't see them, but he knows that they are there. The end. Okay, so what I want you to get out of this, all the radio waves and everything is really cool, but what I want you to get out of it is that you start with a sound wave. You make a sound wave, it is transmitted through radio waves, and then you have a sound wave at the end that comes through the radio. So what I want you to know, bottom line is, radios create sound waves. You hear it with your ears, so a radio uses sound waves. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you later. Bye.